Stage 6, the time trial in the Amgen Tour of California. Decisive day it is, based in Salt Lake, a ride of 24 kilometers. It missed out last year, but it was here the years before that, and the man has never been beaten, Levi Leipheimer.
Starting down towards the end, the early time set by Ian Stannard of Great Britain and of Team Sky. He had a time of 32.07 until, of course, Jeremy Venel came in from New Zealand and betted him.
And then Martin Jangley, the man from Rabobank, turned out one of the great rides as far as the time trial goes for this man from the Rabobank team. He not only challenged Venel's time, he actually got inside it with an inspired sprint. He was the new leader in the early stages.
It was only a second, but that's all you need sometimes. And then Peter Velits, a great rider from HTC High Road, he came up to the line as well to put the bar just a little bit higher than anybody else at thought could go.
There's a recognised young rider at World Championship level. Peter Velits took over the lead by less than 1 second, getting closer to the leaders of the Amgen Tour to take their start. Not one of those leaders, having lost a few seconds in Sacramento, was Dave Zabriskie. But here, he was riding like a demon.
He certainly was. When he got to the top of the climb halfway round the course, he had the fastest time, 19 minutes and 24 seconds. But at 2 kilometres to go, he was started to really eat into the lead of board because his performance was going to be sterling.
So he was shooting at the time of Peter Velits' 31.23. Shooting at it, he was annihilating it as Dave Zabriskie came up to the line. It was a tremendous ride, 30 minutes and 36 seconds, and that was a new course record by 4 seconds.
That was the important thing, but some of the young bloods down towards the end were trying to keep themselves high up in the overall standings, and this young man, TJ Van Garderen, third overall in the Dauphiné Libéré last year, was trying to get himself back up into the top 10 and to keep his lead in the best young rider competition too.
Yes, he was one of the big success stories of the day. He started the day 10th overall. He would finish it having climbed up to 6th overall with a stunning ride of 31.16.
A great ride by this young man, a man we'll talk a lot about in the future of American cycling over the next couple of seasons. Then everyone wondered, how was Andy Schleck going to ride? Because Andy Schleck, the champion of the time trial from Luxembourg, is not known for his time trialing ability.
Even though he is the National Time Trial Championship, there is no great depth in Luxembourg cyclists. This man is very much the best after 2 second places in the last 2 years of the Tour de France. But his heart didn't seem in this ride today. He was visibly going slower than everybody else. As he turned for home, you will see him look up at the time as he approaches. It's almost a wry smile on his face because he was dropping away here as he slipped out of the top 30 finishes in the day.
Well, he probably realised as soon as he'd covered the first couple of kilometres that he wasn't having a great day. He lost himself more than 2.25 minutes. Last man to start, the man in the golden jersey of leadership, Chris Horner, knew what he had to do.
He did. 131 riders had gone off in front of him. He was the 132nd of the day and the last, as Paul has said. He's not a known time trialist, and he wasn't taking any chances because he went out onto the course with an advantage of 75 seconds over this man, Levi Leipheimer. So a sensible ride was his plan, and that's what he stuck to. Leipheimer, though, he wanted to win this race, and he was aiming now at the time which he knew of Dave Zabriskie.
Well, he was heading up to the top of the climb, and he knew what the intermediate time slip was of Zabriskie, and when he went around the corner, he was going to stop it just half a second faster than Zabriskie. It was all going to be about the last half of the race.
Blue skies and high temperatures, pushing 23 degrees in Solvang here. The crowd were enjoying the sight of the yellow jersey of Chris Horner. But it was Levi Leipheimer who was taking the risks on the way down. At 2 kilometers to go, though, the clocks were saying he was going to have to really push it. And by the time he got to the finish, Leipheimer's time was not going to be quick enough to match the 30 minutes and 36 seconds of Dave Zabriskie.
When he came up to the line, he was really urgently trying to stop the clock, and he stopped the clock in second position, 13 seconds behind Zabriskie, but moving himself closer to the overall lead of his own teammate, Chris Horner.
He admitted afterwards he was very disappointed at being beaten, and of course he'd never been beaten on before, but Chris Horner had done just enough. He'd lost quite a big slice of his overall lead of 1:15. It's come down, in fact, now to just 38 seconds. But we're in the mountains on stage 7. Zabriskie has climbed up into the top 15 overall, but he's still over 4 minutes behind Chris Horner in the standings.
Yes, but the most important thing for him was the pride of winning the stage. The most important thing for Chris Horner was staying in the overall leader's jersey for another day on the eve of Mount Baldy.
So, as we go on to the final weekend of this intriguing race, Horner leads 38 seconds over teammate Leipheimer, 1:38 over Aussie.